Fans, we're back with the next match of the first round of the 2004 Jeff Peterson Memorial Cup. Coming to the ring, the protege of Teddy Hart, Jack Evans.
Jack Evans, one of the most popular wrestlers on the entire independent scene today. One of the members of Generation Next in Ring of Honor. A huge star in the Portland area throughout Canada and Japan. The real Slim Shady refers to himself, and he promptly goes into his scene from Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo. This guy's amazing, Lenny.
Unbelievable acrobatic skills possessed by this young man, but he is going to be in for the match of his young career here as he takes on the man about to be heading to the ring, one half of the NWA Florida Tag Team Champions and a former Unified Cruiserweight Champion here in Florida, the man known as Justice.
Jack Evans obviously used to be in Frister. You see the kid, you think he was in a police lineup. Richie Rich, the mullet himself, knows he's going to have his hands full because coming to the ring right now, the most popular wrestler here in NWA Florida, one half of the NWA Florida Tag Team Champions. This is the man they call Justice.
As you said, one half of the tag champs, his partner Mikey Tenderfoot advancing early on here against Puma in a tremendous bout so far here in the first round. The winner of this match will be taking on Petey Williams, who advanced in the first round earlier tonight, beating Naftali.
One independent dream match followed after the other. Right now, Jack Evans taking on Justice in what promises to be easily one of the most exciting matchups in this entire tournament.
These two men, very similar backgrounds, very acrobatic, little martial arts. Justice, surprisingly for once in his career, has a bit of a size advantage here over Jack Evans, who quickly goes behind with a waist lock, and he's countered with a side headlock by Justice.
Jack Evans, not one of the biggest competitors in this tournament, but the physical conditioning and the cardiovascular training is going to come into play tonight, Lenny.
Big shoulder tackle from Justice. He cartwheels over the top. Justice shoots himself off. A leapfrog by Jack Evans. Justice ducks over with a somersault. Evans rolls through. A leapfrog by Justice. Evans with a moonsault lands on his feet. Big kick by Evans sends Justice down. A nip up and misses the Red Star press. Somersault into a moonsault by Justice, and Evans slips out. These two men obviously scouting each other. Another somersault into a tumbleweed. Count of 1, 2, and Justice kicks out.
These two have obviously been studying the tapes of each other because they've been countering and doing everything they can to get out of the way of these wicked, what would be considered finishing maneuvers by any other wrestler. This is going to be unbelievable, and good luck calling this one, Lenny.
Falcon Arrow by Jack Evans has Justice face first on the canvas. He rolls over, count of 1, 2, and Justice kicks out. Richie Rich right there with the count, and Justice is able to slip out the back door.
Jack Evans comes out firing. This kid going for a quick win. Levels Justice with that Falcon Arrow and still got the upper hand. Comes off with a kick. Beautifully takes Justice right off his feet.
Big spinning heel kick sends Justice to the match. He's clutching the back of his head. 1, 2, but he still manages to kick out, and Evans is getting a little frustrated.
The referee's obviously got his hands full in this matchup. How in the hell do you keep up with two competitors like Justice and Jack Evans? They're both trying to secure that quick win. Both these two, you say they have a little bit of martial arts background. These kids, they consider it their forte. They consider it the strength of their background is the martial arts training that both of them employ.
Big elbow when he sends himself off the rope. He's caught with a kick to the back of the head by Justice. Spinning heel kick catches him right in the stomach. Springboards off into a kick, but he ducks out of the way, and he's caught with a somersault drop kick.
Beautiful drop kick by Jack Evans. This kid, you want to talk about a bag of tricks. He's got more moves than you could ever. A member of the original founding members of Mat Rats, along with Teddy Hart. These kids, they didn't find it good enough to just come off the top rope. They had platforms built on the corners of the ring. They had platforms built on the corners of cages. This kid has done a 630 from 30 feet in the air.
Catches him with a sit-out Northern Lights bomb. Maybe a little pull of the hamstring there. He struggles to get to his feet. Double stomp across the check, sends himself to the rope, and hits a standing 450. This could be all right here. 1, 2, and Justice kicks out.
Jack Evans absolutely amazing the fans here at the Brandon All-Stars at night 1 of the Jeff Peterson Memorial Cup, but getting into the face of the referee, the mullet Richie Rich, who doesn't like this kid putting his hands on him. He's lucky that he's not disqualified right now.
Both men going for a kick. Justice with a spin trip. Catches Evans, and he lands on the back of his head. Evans down on the mat. Justice able to get to his feet. Stands him up, throws a big pair of right elbows, and another kick sends Evans back to the mat. He's working on that hamstring. Evans grabbed it a little bit earlier. Justice may have seen a little chink in the armor of Jack Evans. Again, he goes for a spin trip. Evans ducks down. Justice ducks the kip. Both men kip up. Justice spinning kick, and he nails him right across the chest.
like watching the Matrix 4, watching Justice and Jack Evans tearing each other to shreds. And once again, these kids are doing things you just do not see other competitors do in that square circle. And a beautiful chop right to the chest of Jack Evans by Justice.
Evans with a whip into the corner. He sent in springboard, handspring into a
mule kick right to the chest.
Right in the middle
Lenny,
of the
for God's sake, I'm counting on you to do the play-by-play. I know it's exciting. I know it's convoluted, but you got to stay on top of things. Justice with the upper hand on Jack Evans, going to work on this kid, whips him across the ring. Jack Evans reversing it. What do we got here, Lenny?
Evans into the corner, coming in with a handspring of his own. He's caught with a kick right in the small of the back. Justice just lays out Jack Evans with a big boot right to the small of the back. Evans struggles to his feet, and Justice catches him with a wicked spin kick right to the face. What does he call it? I think it's called the end.
That's what they call the end. Justice dropping the bomb on the Slim Shady Jack Evans and getting a huge win right here in the first round of the Jeff Peterson Memorial Cup, and going on to the second round to take on NWA TNA's Team Canada captain, Petey Williams.
Outstanding win by Justice, and he advances in the Peterson Cup.